मेल कौन अच्छे? Sorry, hello everybody. We shall start with the state executive. So we shall start with the CM first. CM first, then we shall discuss the some points about governors. Okay, so CM, Chief Minister of a State. Chief Minister of a state. Chief Minister of a state. So if you consider Chief Minister, he holds, eighth rank in the table of precedence. He holds eighth rank in the table of precedence in the Indian in table of precedence issued by the Minister of Home Affairs. The Chief Minister holds the post of you can say the seventh position, along with the Cabinet Minister of the Union. So CM holds seventh position in the table of precedence after the Chief Justice of India. Okay, he holds table of precedence, you can say. So okay, along with the so many like cabinet ministers of the union, chief minister of the state within their respective constituency, former prime ministers, leader of opposition, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Okay, so each chief minister is a replica of the prime minister at the center, of the PM at the center. Is the replica of the PM at the center. So it's an analogous post. It is an CM's office. CM's office is an analogous. Analogous means similar. Analogous office. Analogous office to the PM's office. Okay. So, in a parliamentary system, the chief ministers hold very important positions. He's the you can say he's the principal, or he's the head, or you can say she's the de facto head of the state government or you can say is the de facto executive, or you can say is the de facto executive of the state. Okay. Then what are the qualifications of the minister, of the chief minister? See, the constitution does not mention about the qualification of the chief ministers. That is only provided that he should be a member. She should be a member of state legislature. So here let me clear you that here the chief minister should be a member of state legislature. In a unicameral legislature like Odisha, the chief minister should be a member of the Vidhan Sabha, but should be kept in mind that in a bicameral setup like Bihar or Uttar Pradesh or Maharashtra, the chief minister might be from the other house also, means maybe from the state legislative council also. So as you remember, the same provision of the membership of the Supremo of the executive, de facto executive, is applicable to either house of parliament. Either house of parliament. So here also it is applicable that the chief minister should be the member of either house of parliament. It should be a member of Vidhan Sabha or Vidhan Parishad. And another thing which is also applicable in case of prime minister, that a chief minister may not be a member or is not required to be a member at the time of his appointment. That is, he may be appointed without being a member of state legislature, but he or she should secure a seat in either house within 6 months from the date of appointment. Otherwise, his seat will fall vacant, or he will cease to continue as the chief minister. So kindly remember this factor, that a person can be appointed as the CM without being a member, member of where? Member of state legislature at the time of appointment. But he or she should secure a seat in either house within 6 months from the date of appointment otherwise shall cease to be the CM. So this is all about your the necessary qualifications, and he should be a member, but he can be a member without being a member. Without being a member, he can be chosen, he can be appointed, but that in case 6 months, within 6 months, he or she should avail himself a seat, or he will cease to be continue as ministers. Okay. Next, we shall come to appointment of the chief minister. Appointment of the chief minister is mentioned under article 164. 164. The Constitution does not prescribe any specific provision for the appointment of the chief ministers, but only Article 164 says that the CM shall be appointed by the governor. Okay, so no procedure for appointment has been prescribed in the Constitution. Article 164 only prescribes that the governor, the CM shall be appointed by the governor, but it is not clear whether the governor is free to appoint anyone as the CM, or is free to appoint anyone as the CM, or is bound by any provision, but is not bound by any provision. But the development of the convention, parliamentary convention in the state, it is said that the CM, the governor, should appoint the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly as the chief minister. The governor has to appoint the leader of the majority party in the state legislative assembly. In the state legislative assembly, party in the state legislative assembly in the state legislative assembly as the CM. So it is a convention. It is a convention, not a constitutional provisions. So it should be kept in mind that appointment of the CM or appointment of the leader of the majority party in the Vidhan Sabha as the CM is rather a parliamentary convention but not a constitutional provision. Not a constitutional provision. That means the governor is not free to appoint anyone as the CM. But in case of Hong Assembly, in case of Hong Assembly, I mean when no party secures required majority in the state legislative assembly. The governor may exercise his own discretion his own discretion in the selection and appointment of the CM. So that is also a discretion. In this scenario, I mean when there is a Hong assembly, the governor usually appoints the leader of the largest party to be sworn in as the CM and ask them to prove their confidence or prove their majority in the house within a stipulated period of time. So we can conclude that governor has the opportunity to exercise his individual conviction in the appointment, selection and appointment of the chief ministers when there is no party majority, when no party secures the required majority in the house. I mean, the appointment of the CM is both a discretionary and the non-discretionary power of the governor. He has no discretion when there is single party domination, or if domination or majority is secured by a single party or group of parties, that is called coalition, pre-alliance, pre-election coalition. So that is to be done also. But when there is no majority secured by either one party or a group of parties or coalition before election in the house, then the governor has discretion in the selection and appointment of the CM. So it is both discretionary and non-discretionary power of the governor. Another thing, the governor may appoint or use the individual judgment or conviction in the selection and appointment of the CM when the chief minister in office dies suddenly and there is no obvious successor. Okay, in case the chief minister dies suddenly, he has discretion to use. But the chief minister, however, on the death of the chief minister, the ruling party chooses another leader, a new leader, and the governor has no choice but to accept him as chief minister. Okay, so these are the things about appointment of the chief minister, and we have seen how this is a discretionary power and a non-discretionary power of the governor in whatever circumstances. Okay, another thing that CM is from the upper house so far. Hello. Hello. हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो एक मैसेज आ गया है कि कंफर्मेशन के लिए, जस्ट अ मिनट. Dear customer, we have registered your, yes, dear customer, we have registered your request for ICICI Bank debit card. Your request number is SR877882122, dated 16 January. The delivery will be attempted in 5 working days. क्या नंबर बताएंगे? अच्छा, उसको वो आपके पास नहीं है क्या? ओके 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 ओके, प्लीज, ठीक, थैंक यू. Okay, so CMs from upper house we shall discuss. So there are certain CMs who have been from upper house. We can give some example as written drawn from different records, different books. Let's see, that's Gopalchari. That was given Madras, and he was from upper house in 1952. and another was Muraji Desai. He was the Chief Minister of Bombay State in Bombay, and he was also in Bombay State, now Maharashtra, in 1952. C.B. Gupta in UP in 1960, and B.P. Mandal in Bihar 1968. You can take example of also Akhilesh Jadhav, was EP in 2012, and Yogi Adityanath, he was in P in 2017 also, and Uddhav Thackeray, he is from Maharashtra in 2018. So you have before you a small list of chief ministers who have also been from upper chamber. So it substantiates the fact that chief minister can be a member of either house, and there is no restriction on that. Okay, then the chief minister is administered a piece of oath and affirmation, oath and affirmation by the governor, oath and affirmation by the governor, and the governor administers him his oath of office. In his oath, the chief minister says that he will bear faith and true allegiance to the Constitution of India. He will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India. He will faithfully and conscientiously discharge his duties of his office. He will do right to all manners of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. The Chief Minister swears that he will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter that is brought under his consideration or becomes known to him as a state minister, except may be required for due discharge of his duties of ministers. Okay. Then the term of the chief minister is not fixed. He continues to be in power for 5 years at a time, as long as his party has confidence in the house. Although it is constitutionally provided that the CM is under the doctrine of pleasure of the governor. However, this does not mean that the governor can dismiss him at any time. Governor cannot dismiss him as long as the CM enjoys the majority support in the Legislative Assembly. But when he loses the majority or confidence of the House, he will be removed by the governor immediately. Then the salary, allowances, and other things are determined by the state legislature. Okay? So this is all about your CM. And he gets salary and allowances. With regards to salary, the CM does not get any salary at all as a CM. He gets salary as a member of legislature. He gets salary as a minister, as a member, and some extra sumptuary allowances constituency allowances or daily telephonic allowances. There are a lot of allowances provided to CM, so that he gets. But remember, any change in the salary or any salary shall be determined by the state legislature. Shall be determined by the state legislature. एंड रीअपॉइंटमेंट के बारे में बताए. रीअपॉइंटमेंट it can be reappointed for any term. Means there is no fixed term, fixed means period of fixed number of terms that the chief minister will be there. He may be there as long as he is winning election and his party is getting majority in the Lok Sabha, in the Vidhan Sabha. There will be no issue at all. Okay. Next is powers and functions. His powers and functions. So as we had discussed the Prime Minister's office powers and the position of the Prime Minister. So I'd like to discuss the powers and role and powers of the Chief Minister in two broad categories. One is his powers in relation to the governor of the state, his the functions in relation to okay. So functions in relation to the number one, CM, only recommends CM recommends the names of persons to become the ministers. He allocates and reshuffles the portfolio among He allocates and reshuffles the allocates and reshuffles the military. Number three, he can ask a minister. She can ask she can ask minister to resign or okay, rejects about the meetings of the ministers. So that is, he presides about the meetings of the Council of Ministers, meetings of the ministers. This means Council of Ministers, and influence its decision. Okay, his resignation, and death automatically leads collapse. Okay, and this is all about the powers to related to council of ministers. Now, in relation to governor, in relation to governor. So, she is the principal link of communication okay. The council of so in this capacity, uh, it enables the chief minister or demands the chief minister to follow or communicate with the governor of state in all decisions and regulate council of ministers during the administration of the affairs of the state. Then to furnish such information as required by the governor. So Article 167. Alright, in relation to historic moment, in relation to governor. So he has all the right to communicate the governor all decisions and okay, between your president and council of ministers. Okay. Then number two, advises the government. Advises the governor for the appointment of certain constitutional officers in the state like controller, like your chairperson of public account committee, advocate general, chairman member, and others. Okay, so between the president and the council of ministers, he advises the governor on major these are the important link between the governor and the president. Then in relation to the state legislature, okay, so he advises the governor regarding him a summon and prorogue of the house. For the dissolution, he can recommend for the dissolution of Vidhan Sabha, sorry, अच्छा, Okay, see, here see, declares government policies on okay, this is your the role of the CM in relation to the legislature, then other powers, the chairperson of okay, and General Council on rotation, one after another, ex officio member, So we have seen the chief minister has a lot of power. He is also number 5, 6. Okay, so these are the extensively we have discussed the powers of the chief minister. You can see that there are number of powers exercised by him. And another thing, the powers that are exercisable by the chief, governor are indeed exercised by the chief ministers. Okay, so this is the power of the governor. There are also certain articles that can be discussed. 163, there shall be a council of minister with chief minister at his said to advise and aid and advise on the governor on exercise of his functions except in so far as requires exercise in function as or any of the restrictions. 16.3. And okay, so these are the other powers. Now we shall come to the council of ministers. We have discussed. So the position of chief minister is crucial in a state. His office is analogous to the office of the prime minister at the center. Under the division of power or quasi-federal setup, the chief minister enjoys much influence and much influence and much power also in exercising his duties. Okay, now I shall come to the council of ministers. Ministers are ministers are real executive in India. Okay, they are same. They are also the ministers. Chief minister is also a ministers. Chief minister is in charge of certain portfolios. Ministers are also in charge of certain portfolios. Okay, and ministers have same qualification as the CM. They are not any prescribed qualification for the ministers in the constitution. Okay, so they are the real executive in India. and there is no qualification prescribed in the constitution. Only it is provided that he or she should be a member of either house. So as I told you, all the provisions that we discussed in precedent are applicable in case of chief minister, are also are also applicable against the in case of ministers, and in case of appointment also. Okay, so there is the same thing. So we are not discussing it. Whatever we have discussed in case of chief minister need not any mention. Just we have repeated ki there is no prescribed qualification. They should be a member of either house, but a person can be appointed as chief minister without being a member for 6 months, and within 6 months he has to collect or secure a seat in that sense. Okay, so whatever will discuss that they're the political head of the departments. Okay, then major thing we have to discuss regarding that subject, the size of the ministry. The constitution did not define the size of the ministry, the strength of the ministry. It was not mentioned how many members would be there in the center of the states. But by 91st Amendment Act, Constitutional Amendment 91st Constitutional Amendment Act 2003, it is provided that the size of the council of minister at the center, as per the size of the size of the council of minister, the size of the council of minister at the center shall not be less than 15%. Percent of the total strength of also. I mean about 81 ministry at best should be there. And in case of state legislature also, this percentage has been 15% of the total strength of Vidhan Sabha or not less than 12. Okay. Baki the ministers are can be reappointed and as the same term and position, salary, so and so on. Another thing you shall discuss collective responsibility and doctrine of pleasure. Article 164 says so that okay. So 164 says that the council of minister is collective responsible to the house of meaning. It means that the council of ministers the council of ministers along with the PM. Oh, so sorry, we are going towards House of the People, not that is to be written as State Legislative Assembly. And with regards to with regards to strength, it is either 15% or not less than 12. The Constitution Minister along with the CM shall be responsible, collectively responsible to Vidhan Sabha. Collective responsibility, they work as a team and swim and sing together. They cannot go against. They cannot go against the that is the meaning of collective responsibility. It ensures pluralistic decision making system. The decision with regards to the governance of the country is taken by not by a single minister or of the chief minister alone. So this is the meaning of collective responsibility, and they work as a team, swim sync together, and they are collectively responsible to Vidhan Sabha, not to Vidhan Parishad. Okay, this ensures. Okay, that is 164, Article 164. You have mentioned. Then individual responsibility. That means the minister holds office, even including the chief minister also. They literally hold office during the pleasure of the governor. But chief minister is an exception because although it said he enjoys office during the pleasure of the governor, but governor cannot remove him as long as his ruling party enjoys majority in the Vidhan Sabha and he is chosen as the leader. But a minister virtually holds office during the pleasure of the governor because governor will dismiss him without any reason and only on the advice of the CM. So here the doctrine of pleasure also applies to the ministers. You can do that. Individual responsibility. But unlike England, unlike the United Kingdom, there is no legal responsibility in India. The ministers are not legally responsible to anybody. Okay, so that is also a point to remember. So we have discussed the major aspects of your what Council of Minister and Cabinet Minister. So remember, Cabinet is one of the bodies in within the council, like in the center. So important provisions of Constitution regarding ministry is 163, which is which deals with the Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President. Article 164, other provisions to as to ministers. Okay, so appointment of the CM, appointment of the ministers, and your collective responsibility, individual responsibility, and the strength also. Okay, minister is individual responsibility to the governor. And 164 is collective responsibility. And individual responsibility. Appointment of CM. Appointment of okay. Then 164, then 167 article duties. He will communicate all decisions regarding the affairs of the government to the governor. He will communicate all informations to the governor. Whatever decision is taken by the government, he will make it known to the governor. He will furnish such and such informations for administration affairs of the states as the governor may call for. Okay. So 167 re. There are basically three things. One is communication. 167 re. Communication to governor about all called for may require. That is 167. Okay. So this is the duty of the chief minister. Another thing, the decision or the significance of council of ministers is quite important in a parliamentary democracy because the nature of advice that is required for the success of parliamentary democracy. Certain cases, Supreme Court has held that there must be a council of ministers even after the dissolution of state legislature, even after the dissolution and you can say that is the state legislature or resignation of the council of ministers. There must be a council. Hence, we have a caretaker government sometimes. Hence, the existing ministry may continue in the office until successor assumes again. Again, in 1974, the court clarified that except in spheres where governor is to act in his discretion, the governor has to act on the aid and advice of the council of ministry in the existence of its power and functions. He is not required to act. Okay, so these are the major matters we have discussed. The council of ministers and others. Let me just a the few line about the thing of your advocate general. So this will finish our chapter state executive. Advocate general is provided under Article 165. It should be qualified to become a appointed by the governor. Its term and salary is not fixed, but it's a constitutional office. He can be reappointed also. He resigns as soon as the state council of ministers powers. He represents the state government in all legal matters. Okay. He can take part without. So same thing like the Attorney General, without the right to vote. He can be a member of any legislative committees any court or okay. So he has a right to vote. He doesn't have right to vote, but he can be a member. He can be a he can be a member or he can be chosen as a member of the parliamentary committee or legislative committee. He has a power of audience. He has a right to take part in the proceedings of the parliament, the proceedings of the state legislature, mm, without a right to vote. Without a right to vote. So that is his power like Attorney General. He's the, we have not mentioned the main point. He's the highest law officer of the state. So he's the highest law officer of the state. Okay. So you have completed your state executive part. I think you will be discussing with the with what with we have discussed with you already the governor, as chief minister, council of ministers, and advocate general today. We have discussed so many parameters of council of ministers. We have details we had already discussed in the case of council of minister of the center, and also about the cabinet also. So here the same thing is applicable. So we need not to emphasize or we need not to repeat. Okay. So that is the thing of the things. Okay. And we are now finished state executive part. We'll come with a new chapter in the next class, that is your state legislature. Okay, but before that we will discuss issues or position of Indian governors in a state in India, how the post is misused to some extent. I will give you some information relevant points so that you can measure or you can draft your writing on the gubernatorial office or the governor's office. Is that clear? So we shall therefore begin with the issues. Next class, issues related to the constitutional provisions of the governor. Issues okay, right? So I hope you are doing well. Okay, so we are just going on YouTube. The Vanik's initiative for you, I think, is working well, and you are all devoting your time to in watching our videos and getting some benefits definitely. So we want to excel or make up any lacuna is there if you bring it to our notice. Okay. So next class we shall be starting with the state legislature, a very important part, also one of the important parts of your polity, and then we shall proceed to local government, local self government. A specific part is there in your new syllabus. We'll see that local self government has been prioritized, and specifically Odisha local self government is also provided. So we'll take care of that. We'll discuss or we'll learn according to the prescribed syllabus for 2023 OPSC examinations. Well, guys, so let me bid you all goodbye. Okay, and stay tuned to our classes. Avail yourself this rare opportunity. Okay, and give your comments and be a victorious. Okay, shall be starting. So that is your uh, Okay. Okay, guys.